We're following breaking news tonight. One person is dead and 9 others in the hospital after a man drove into a Michigan church and opened fire earlier today. Police say the 40-year-old suspect crashed into a church before setting a fire and firing shots with an assault weapon. Hundreds of people were inside for Sunday service at the time. Officers engaged with the suspect who was killed at the scene. Federal agents with the ATF and FBI are now assisting in that investigation. Also breaking tonight, 3 people are dead and 8 others hurt after a shooting at a waterfront bar in Southport, North Carolina. Police say shots were fired from a boat around 9:30 Saturday night at the American Fish Company, an outdoor bar along the Southport Yacht Basin. Authorities say the suspect went up the Intracoastal Waterway before being detained about a half hour later at a public boat ramp in Oak Island. The U.S. Coast Guard turned that suspect over to local police for questioning.
Praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and salutations to all his sincere camp. Damn, never a dull day in Babylon these days, man, you know. And it's funny because I'm trying to look for more local news to go into, but you know, every time you open up the news stations, man, the only thing that you see is news about what's going on in Babylon, and the news is always something crazy. Okay, so yeah, you saw that clip now. 2 mass shootings in 24 hours, 8 people thought dead, right? And this is just in the past 2 weeks alone, right? You've already had 4 to 5 of these type of shootings happening, including the major one that everybody is talking about, while the rest are being ignored. So yeah, man, this is crazy out here. But of course, we know the reason why, you know, your news is always filled with only news from America, Babylon the Great, because that is the focal point of prophecy. All right, that's the same reason why you see the men of the Lord, you know, are always only going into the things that are going on in Babylon, you know, for the most part, right? Because that is the place where the major judgment will take place. All right. So now another thing has come up once again. And this is just showing you, right, that hey, Esau is done hiding. Esau is done trying to play nice, right? This devil is showing his horns finally. All right, or rather I should say, this devil is showing his horns more and more. Even the lower level Edomites are doing the exact same thing that the elites are doing, which is crashing out, man. Esau is going crazy right now. All right, so let's go to the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter. So this is the book of Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right. And now that Esau's kingdom is falling, and these Edomites, right, that is the elites of Esau, Edom, or the lower level Edomites, they see and they can sense through the spirit that their kingdom is falling. They are defaulting to their blessing, which is the sword. That's why, you know, these mass shootings are on the rise. That's why all these situations that you see happening all over the earth are happening, right? Well, the wars and the rumors of wars and so on and so forth. And there's this channel that I was watching on the YouTube. Let me see if I can go and open it up. I think the name of the channel is like Taylor House Publishing or something like that. Let's get that. That's even the channel that inspired me to do this video. Taylor House Publishing, I think that's the name of the channel. That's the channel that even inspired me to do this video. I can clearly see in the beginning of I can clearly see, right, here, is it right here, the thumbnail. That's what I'm looking at, right? The thumbnail. And his name was Death. 10 people shot in mass shooting at Mormon Church in Michigan. Behold a pale horse. Mass shooter kills 3 people at a restaurant in Southport, North Carolina. Right, so even the people that are in the world, because I think he's a pastor, right? He's a plantation, you know, walkie-talkie Christian pastor, right? But even the people that are in the world are beginning to see that Esau Edom is, as the scriptures say, man, but really he's the red horse, right? Because this is more, you know, this plague, you know, this is more, this isn't just death, it is the sword. It is taking away peace from the earth. So let's get that, and we'll go to the book of Revelation, the 6th chapter. So this is the book of Revelation 6 verse 3. And when he opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Right, that's exactly what you are seeing. So it's not a pale, so it's not just a pale horse, okay, but also, and more importantly, the red horse, which represents Esau Edom, right, and the which represents Esau Edom, and the sword, which represents the blessing of Esau Edom, which is the weapon. All right, guns, knives, missiles, you know, drone strikes, right, and all this is happening all over the earth, right. This is Esau showing his full, this is Esau beginning to show more and more his horns, really beginning to show the world who and what he truly is, from Palestine to Russia and Ukraine to really all the major conflicts that are going on in the earth right now, right? Because they have some link back to Esau Edom. And I just recently saw a video that Shahid Bolsin did, right, going into the Rwanda situation, right. He basically just said, what, it's really just common knowledge if you are really into geopolitics about what's going on in Rwanda, right. The client states, that's the new term I'm going to be using for puppet leaders, Western client states, right. But you have Paul Kagame, which is the president of Rwanda, the incumbent, I believe that's how they say it, is about to get back into office once again. And this dude has been ruling for about 25 years, right. So basically, since the Rwandan genocide, and also the Rwandan independence up till now, he has been the president of Rwanda, or I should say the king of Rwanda, because that's really what it is. So let's get that. How long has Paul Kagame been president, right? Since 2000. Paul Kagame is a Rwandan politician and former military officer who has been president of Rwanda since 2000. So let's now get when. Let's get when was Rwanda's presidency. Okay, all right. So what I meant to say, so the right type was independence. So like, yeah, independence. Rwanda gained its independence on July 1st, 1962, becoming a republic after the monarchy was abolished and the Belgians withdrew from the country. So yeah, 1959 to 1961, a Hutu uprising known as the Social Revolution led to the end of Tutsi domination and the flight of thousands of Tutsis from the country. The monarchy abolished and a republic was established, with Gregor Kayibanda becoming the first president. Spontaneous separation. Rwanda and Burundi, which had been a single territory under the Belgian colonial rule, separated and became two separate independent nations, right? So Belgium controlled that region of Rwanda, Burundi, and Congo as well. And if you know about Belgium, you know about King Leopold, right? So that's basically the people that were ruling during that time. And you do have some Israelites in Rwanda, but for the most part, right? Let's not say for the most part, we cannot really share about the demographics of the country. But Paul Kagame is a Hamite, that's for sure. Okay, because that Rwanda, Congo region is really that's the Bantu region. That's where the Bantus are concentrated at, right? Central and southern Africa is really where you get the different Bantu tribes. And if you know about the history of Africa, you know about the Bantu migration that I believe happened in either the 12th or the 13th century, right? Where Jake left West Africa and started moving more interior into Africa, right? So into the Central and South Africa, which is where you have those countries within Central and South Africa, and those are the ones that are considered Bantu. So most West African countries, right, or rather, or I should say, all West African countries aren't Bantu. So Nigeria is in Bantu, Ghana is in Bantu, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's keep going into it. But that's just these stupid ass But that's just these stupid ass classifications that Esau made. I'm not trying to give them any importance, but it's still good to know. So yeah, I also want to go and get what's the when it was the Rwandan genocide. So let's get that as well, because let's get that as well. When was the I know I'm sidetracking right now, but it's just to get just I just want to use it to get some more information. 7th of April 1944, right? So that's when the Rwandan genocide happened. Alright, so yeah, 7th of April 1944. So yeah, it was the Tutsi that got put to death. So that's basically what happened. Alright, so back to what I was saying, because that's back to what I was saying, right? So I was that was just me sidetracking, but let's get back to what's really going on the earth right now, right? That was the purpose of this video, and that's, you know, the violence that you see happening in Babylon the Great has escalated, just like the men of the Lord warned you would happen, because it's something that, you know, you already know it was going to happen, man. It was just a matter of time, and you're going to continue to see this more and more, right? Because that is just simply the time that we are in. So now this is the book of Revelation 6 verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. And I've already read that, so like I was. I have to read that again, right? And that's really what's happening in Babylon right now. You know, it's not the pale horse, but rather it's the red horse, okay? And the red horse, and the horseman, of course, is Esau Edom, the so-called red man, right? So these high-level elites, they are going around dealing death all over the earth. They are the ones that are supplying the weapons of war and the instruments of death and destruction, right? Destabilizing the world through forever wars, through, you know, these mujahideen and then these different mercenary groups, right? These terrorist groups and these mercenary groups, right? And then these lower level elites, this is what they are. Not lower level elites, but lower level Edomites, right? They are terrorizing their locality by these mass shootings, right? And you see that the mass shootings are now escalating. It's no longer just in schools. They are going to restaurants, they're going to churches, and so on and so forth, man. And it just shows you once again the times that we're in. After all, it's not written, because iniquity shall abound, right? The love of many shall. Let's get that precept. Matthew 24 verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right, man. But you know, Esau didn't have any love initially, okay? So what you are seeing isn't really this right here, right? But it still has to be brought out. What you are seeing is Esau, right, showing his horns and showing the world that he is the devil, which the Bible speaks of, right? Because, and the reason why is that his deception, right? The deception of that Esau Edom put on the earth, okay? The deception that Esau deceived the whole earth is beginning, you know, has become undone. So now these devils can no longer hide what they are, and the world is beginning to see them for exactly that, what they truly are, which once again is the devil, which the Bible speaks of, the deceiver, the liar, the thief, okay? That is why more and more people are speaking out against Esau, man, and against the corruption and the wickedness of Esau Edom, and these devils can't take it, okay? So Esau knows his kingdom is going down, right? And that's why you see them crashing out the way that they are. But hey, the beautiful thing about this is that as Esau's kingdom is going down, right, Jake is on the come up as well, you know. So our people are rising, you know. Jake is on the come up, right? The truth is going out throughout the whole earth, right? More and more of the elect are being sealed and coming into this truth, and ultimately, you know, ultimately, you know, at the return of our Lord Yahweh, you already know are going to be received that deliverance. So with that, I'll end the video right there. Once again, all praises Honor and glory unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Rakakwadash. Wa abad babal and through the Spirit of Yakiam and Joaquas were edified. Shalom.